Boom. Tell me in the comments below if this broadcast is clear. That's all I need to know. I'm telling you right now. It's a beautiful Saturday. What is today? It's a Saturday afternoon. It's the 6th of September, 2025. I'm over here at Simoson Building, plot number 8585, on the corner of Lucia and Simon. If you could do me a favor, guys, is that Ishmael? Please tell me in the comments below that this broadcast is clear so that we can get this show on the proverbial road. You know, before I get into my dissertation, I must mention here, I was watching not too long ago with a bit of amusement. Hey, Bo, I see you. Thank you. Joseph Chishimba from Solihull, England. Joseph, I heard you were here, and it breaks my heart. I've taken umbrage. Do you know what it means to take umbrage? To take umbrage, it means I'm highly offended. That's a very British aristocratical term. I've taken umbrage. I'm highly offended that Joseph Chishimba came to Zambia and he didn't make time to pass through Simoson Building. I've taken umbrage. Deeply offended, I am. Well, there's always next time. When you do come to Zambia next time, please pass through and say hello. I love the fact that you're mostly here on my platform when I go live. Never take it for granted. Always grateful. Thank you to Joseph Chishimba and to you watching from London, England. Susan is watching me from London. Well, let's do a few shout outs while we're at it. You know, let me just go straight to my Facebook and then read your comments. Read some of your hellos. We're live now, are we not? And I think it's not doing it. Is it not doing it? Are we not live? There we are. Right. I'm going to say hello to a couple of you guys. Collins, thank you. Joseph says, too much traffic. You ain't lying. Mwati, are you joking? Did you see what was happening? I'm going to talk about that later, but ABSA was having their marathon, caused absolute bedlam on the main road. I've got something to say about that. I will say that. Nandwe, hello. You're late by 5 whole minutes? Terrible. Somebody please just put me out of my misery. Mwenda, hello. Recognize me too. Kachana, Sid, was that? Sendoi, watching from Israel. Well, thank you, Israel. We appreciate that. How's Tel Aviv? Please say hello to the beautiful, wonderful people of Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Don't forget that, Jerusalem. We missed the live vlogs. 24/7 says, Obi says, Mr. Mwewa, watching you from Kitwe. Thank you, Kitwe. I'm so grateful. Hope, hello, Hope. So good to see you. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to be with me. Tembo. Jonathan watching from England. Jonathan Ngoma watching from England. Hello from the UK. Lots of UK people here. We love the UK. I'm the only propelled teacher, junior, that Zambia's ever produced. Watching you from Kabangwe. Really? Who is that? That's Collard? Collard something? Chinsali, my mother's hometown. Thank you, Chinsali. We acknowledge my presence here as well. Smart Mumba. Hi, Mr. Mwewa. Cynthia. Mwewa watching you from Mambwe. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. God bless you. Let's get into it. Before I get into my dissertation, though, I must mention here very quickly, I was watching with great amusement. There's a young man on social media. He has a very high body count in terms of girlfriends. I mean, this guy, he's a heartbreaker. You know, I mean, this guy is the assassin lover. He's got so many girlfriends that Noah wouldn't have had room in the boat. You know, this young man. His name is Kadochi. And every so often he goes through the cycle where he introduces his audience to a new girl every so often, you know, and then, you know, he goes through the gamut of showing her love and expressing his undying commitment to her. He'll buy her flowers and he'll post that he's gone on some type of dinner date with her. And guys, rule number one, don't flaunt your girlfriend, especially in Zambia. It's bad enough if you flaunt your wife. Now, let's define flaunting, okay? Flaunting means every waking moment, every post is about your girlfriend. Every single movement you make, everything you upload is about your girlfriend. That's called flaunting. There's nothing wrong with, on occasion, you share with your audience, you know, maybe after a long while, you sort of show your audience, so you've taken your girlfriend out and it's a by the way thing, you know. And that's not a problem. The problem is when every waking moment, yo, I'm with this, yo, to the outing, hey, to the pabasi, yo, to the payango, hey, to the mumuntuanyumo. Hey, when you flaunt your girlfriend, remember, she's just a girlfriend. It's bad enough if you do that with your wife. There are people that will go after your wife even though they know you're married. But it is that much more sticky when you're flaunting just a girlfriend. Do you know how many men, especially if your girlfriend is pretty, if she's young, if she's a PYT, you know what a PYT is? Let me school you kids, because some of you kids, you don't know, you have no idea. You know what a PYT is? A pretty young thing. Go ahead, say that in the comments. Put it in there. Write it down there for me. Now go ahead and write it down there for me. PYT. A pretty young thing. When you've got a pretty young thing on your arm and you start splashing her on social media, do you know how many men are out there that are eyeing your PYT, your pretty young thing, and they will make it their life's mission to conquer her because you have displayed her on social media? And yet all you have is a Yango ride here and there. All you can provide is an occasional dinner, you know, a Hunger Line packet for three-piece chicken dinner with a few chips, and you're showing a pretty young thing on social media. Taba mupanye. There are people like Junior Wala. When they see your pretty young thing, these are chaps who deal with dollars, and you are there flaunting your pretty young thing. They'll still have from you. You think these young girls are committed? They're not committed. She's just a girlfriend. Keep in mind, I keep telling you, even married people go through that. What more you were with just a girl? They'll still have from you. And then you will come on social media, start crying. The other day I saw Kadochi. You know, he cracked me up. I mean, that boy, I don't generally follow him because I find his antics a bit much. You know, he can't keep track of one girl, you know, and that's where the problem is. You know, it's ended with this girl. Guarantee you 6 weeks from now, he's going to be on the mountaintop talking about some other chick that he's head over heels in love with, and he's committed to this woman. He would cross an ocean for this girl. He would pull out a pin of a grenade for this chick. He would walk over crocodiles in the Nile River for this girl. Just give it a while. It'll be over. Why? Because Kadochi has a very high body count. Now, as a young man, if you're going to have such a high body count, my advice is this. You've reached the stage now in your life where you should really reassess, introspect, look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? My body count is very high. I mean, these chicks I've been with, there's so many girls, I can't keep track. I'm going to try a different approach. The next girl I get with, my audience won't know who she is. We're going to be on the down low, you know. And when she breaks me off a little something, something, the whole world doesn't have to know about it. If I take her out to dinner, the whole Facebook world doesn't have to know that I've booked a Yango to go out for dinner. No. From now on, when her and I get together, it's going to be on the down low. It's going to be between her and me. You try that approach, brother, you will live a very peaceable life. But if you acquiesce, you'll give yourself to that pressure of always having to try and impress your Facebook audience is not loyal to you or her. In fact, if anything, your Facebook audience is happy that you've broken up, or that she, as you've put it in your video, she dumped you. Now, the part that killed me about Kadochi, Afuala my sunglasses. He wears the sunglasses and he says, no, Afuala my sunglasses. He wears the sunglasses and then he says, you know, the reason I'm wearing sunglasses now, quite a heartbreak. And then in the middle of his sentence, he does a little cry. He goes, huh? And then he switches back up and says, if you need a gardener, let me know. You know, you kids, if you want to Facebook, we know what you're trying to do. You're trying to mask the pain, and that's fine. I understand that. You're trying to mask the hurt and you're trying to camouflage the deep-rooted pain. I know, but don't do it on social media. Social media is not going to sympathize with you. They never do. Social media, you think social media is going to hold your hand? They won't. They'll just laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. Remember the line from the film Carrie? Carrie, you know the girl that had the power, the telekinesis power, the power to move objects without touching them? There's a very famous line in that film where Carrie's mother kept on saying, they're all going to laugh at you. That used to ring in my head. They're all going to laugh at you. The same thing with social media. When you announce that you've broken, and especially when you do it the way you've done it, the way Kadochi, he came, he did it like he was reading the news. If you don't take your relationship seriously, guess what? Newsflash, social media is not going to take you seriously. They will bludgeon you. They will make fun of you. They will laugh at you. They will make a spectacle of you because you're making a spectacle out of your relationship. You know, going up there talking about, this is the news. Apparently I was dumped. The uncle is giving me grief. This, that, and the other. No one is going to take you seriously. Now, kula that handsomeness you have there, very soon is going to fade. Just within 10, 15 years. It will be a different game altogether. So my view is, you know, you're a good-looking guy. You know, you're a good content creator. Focus on the majors and minor on the minors. But put a lid on your body count. Vasikana vapakisa. Vafurisha vakashanda. From the early 1990s, guys, there are black and white photographs of Kadochi with a girl. Black and white. That should tell you something. I mean, honestly, I don't mean to go on and on about this, but the truth is, if social media archives, if the detective wing of social media can dig out black and white photographs of you with multiplicity of multitudinous other chicks, your body count is too high. Bring it down a bit, okay? Hey, Anita Zoe, I see you. All right. What are we talking about? Joe Malanji. Joe, many of you guys know who Joe is. He served as the Minister of Foreign Affairs under Edgar Lungu. There was a heist. Some of you say heist. You know, this Chilufyate, he calls it a heist. It's a heist. Huh? Not a heist. He's over there in Singapore or wherever the hell he is. He's talking about heist. No, it was a heist. No, it was a heist. Okay? A heist. Malanji, under the Edgar Lungu regime, hatched a ploy. It was a scam. It was a con game. They shook the government down. It was a shakedown is what it was. Malanji and his homeboys got together and said, hey, listen, let's send some money to Turkey, and let's say we're going to buy a piece of property in Turkey. Okay, let's just say. And the president is going to give me the presidential jet to go to Turkey. Zambia is going to transfer $5 million to Turkey under the guise, under the camouflage, under the pavilion of purchasing a piece of property for government in Turkey. The government will send $5 million. ECL is going to approve my use of the presidential jet, because everybody knows if you're going to use the presidential jet, there is no way on the face of this earth that you can use a presidential jet without the president knowing. It's to Turkey. When he landed in Turkey, he was given $5 million cash that was placed, apparently, according to the court documents, in 2 bags. The driver there in Turkey testified, Kuti, I helped Malanji put these 2 bags. Sometimes that happens. Where were we? Tell me in the comments. You guys know the story. So Malanji, Joe Malanji, the driver in Turkey, helps Malanji load the car with these 2 bags full of US dollars in the amount of $5 million. Malanji hops back onto the plane, the presidential plane, and he flies here to Zambia with the money. When this ploy was unraveled, when this heist was revealed to the public and it found its way in the court of law, Malanji was found guilty and sentenced to 4 years in prison. Now, what I find interesting is people like Given Lubinda, shortly thereafter, announcing that, guys, are we on? Tell me if we're on. Are we on? Are we good? Tell me. Just tell me if we're on, because I'm not sure sometimes. Sometimes I'm not sure. Good to do video on, no matter on. And just see, if you could say it in the comments for me, I'd be grateful. Yeah? Are we good? Okay. What I find interesting is Given Nubinda saying every PF member is a potential prisoner. Of course. If you break the law, you go to jail. The law doesn't see you as a PF supporter or anything like that. The law just sees you as a lawbreaker. And I find it so strange that Given Lubinda has taken that approach. No, every member of the PF now is a potential prisoner. Yeah, because you're a bunch of scoundrels. When you break the law, that's what happens. That's across the board. Even with these guys, even with UPND, if they break the law, they go to prison. You know the difference between ECL and Hakainde Hichilema? ECL created a conducive atmosphere for corruption. By his own admission, he said, no, you can steal, but don't steal together. Don't uproot the plant. Don't eat the root. Feed yourselves, but don't eat this. Don't disturb the source. Hakainde does not subscribe to that. Zero tolerance. He says there will be no foolishness. Edgar Lungu made it clear that you can do your business, you can do stuff on the side, but as long as you deliver, eat, but you deliver. If you take that approach, the whole country will be swallowed in corruption. That's the major difference between ECL and HH. ECL allowed a conducive atmosphere for Malanji's heist. You think you can do that under HH? You'll be in big problems. Alrighty. So Malanji got what he deserved, I believe. What else am I talking about? 2 more items. Ndalaba sometimes. So I have to check. The Lusaka mayor's new strategy. I've shared with you that I'm going through a very difficult time with the Lusaka mayor. I've applied to Lusaka City Council for a long lease as far as our car park is concerned. The information I have is that the mayor is trying to actively block that. What is sad is that just down the road from here, Munyaole market, which I'm very happy that Munyaole has been developed into a modern market. Very happy about that. But the guys who are running Munyaole market are not Zambians. They've been given a lease of more than 20 years. More than 20 years. I'm a Zambian. I've asked for a long lease. The mayor of Lusaka is trying to stop that. And what's sad is that she's my niece. And the reason she doesn't like me, for whatever reason, is because I speak against this burial in South Africa. Just a word of caution there, guys. Don't allow politics to divide your family. Hold different political views, but always put family first, always. Politicians come and go, but your family is your family, if really they're your family. Now, it's different if your family is trying to destroy you. That's different. I don't care if someone is your cousin, your uncle, if they're actively trying to sabotage, destroy you, stay away from them. Because not every family member is a good member. Say that in the comments. Not every family member is a good member. But the mayor of Lusaka is actively trying to block my access to a long lease for this car park. I wanted to buy it. I've been wanting to buy it for many, many years. Lusaka City Council has always said, no, we don't sell land. Okay, fine. Then give me a long lease. Even that, they want to block. Now, the new information I have is that there was another meeting chaired by the mayor, where in that meeting it was suggested to take the car park from mwewa, give it to the street vendors. Why? Why would you do that? Just to get back at me? It's not a good strategy. It's not right. Lastly, ABSA marathon. I think big marathons should not take place on Cairo Road. People have complained about missing their flights. And you know, sometimes these marathons are not properly advertised, and they should work in conjunction with Lusaka City Council. I think that from now on, moving forward, major marathons should not take place on Great East Road. Great East Road should be a no-go area because that is the main road to the airport. It disturbs a lot of things when you have 7,500 bankers or marathon participants in a ABSA Bank marathon. It causes a variety of damage, and I think that Lusaka City Council, along with ABSA, dropped the ball there. You shouldn't inconvenience the public in that way. Go to Kafua Road. Go to an open Kafua Road. Go somewhere else, not Great East Road. That is the lifeblood. That is the engine that drives the economic turbines of the city of Lusaka, Cairo Road. So if you block it, then you are inconveniencing people. ABSA has been sued because some people miss their flights. That is a serious concern. So let's pay attention to those things. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.